call it being a diva. When you're good, it's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team. And we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Fighting Irish. South Bend, Indiana, beneath the Golden Dome and Notre Dame Stadium. As we'll see a team looking to make it back to the CFP this year, the Clemson Tigers taking on the 15th ranked team in the land, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. The Tigers ready to get this thing started and open the season. He'll bring it out. It's Hill. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Guys, let's take a step back and talk about Notre Dame. What an offseason in the recruiting department, reeling in a top 10 class, and you got to think that's going to help.
Man, yeah, it's just nice when you get some recruiting and some excitement, right? Get a top 10 class. You know the talent is really, really good. The young talent pushes the older talent, Jesse, and it just makes the squad obviously so much better.
And with that top 10 class, David, they really feel like they were able to reload the roster. And they think they've got some impact freshmen in this class as well. Can't wait to see what they do today.
Facing a 3rd and long, trying to keep this drive alive. The give on the option. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4.
And man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a ball.
Notre Dame lining up to punt it away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. So from his own end zone, the punt is away. He's got it near midfield. Well, they finally stop him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Looking to throw at Samuel. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
Wide open downfield. And he makes a grab. Defense draped all over him, and it's 1st and goal at the 9. doorstep for this offense. They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Tiger! They draw first blood, and that is exactly what you want to open the season with a drive like that. They get set for the point afters. We have the first score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. When you're handed a break with unbelievable field position like that, you better finish the deal, and they did.
You saw the quarterback jog on the field. I think he gave a high five to every one of those players coming off that just put them in position to go score that touchdown. That QB knew this was a golden opportunity, and boy, he took advantage of it.
Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Sends it back in motion. The give to the back. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Man, this defense is setting the tone early. 3 and out on the first drive, and on the first play, the second drive, they get a TFL. They are sending a very clear and distinct message to this offense. They are going to set the tone of this game.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Off the bootleg, wants to toss it. Trying to escape and get it himself. The freshman called his own number and kept this drive moving.
This defense knew coming into this one, they were going to have their hands full trying to slow down this athletic quarterback. That time, they had their eyes in the wrong place. Quarterback got to the perimeter on the right, and it was just too late. Big gainer for the Oak.
Now from the 40, it's 1st and 10. Gives it on the option. He'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
Quarterback making checks. They'll switch it up here and look to throw. He tries to take the top off. Makes the catch at the 20. He's brought down the 1 of play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field, and they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
Notre Dame coming to the line with another first down. Rides the back on the option, the give. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Notre Dame right back to the line. Complete. Didn't pick up a lot there, moving forward just a few.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
That last play, not what they had in mind, and they've got a long way to go to get it close to the goal line to pick up a first down. Third down, he drops the throw. Finds his big tight end. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. try to move the chains. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. Here comes the field goal unit. He'll boot one from the right hash. He ought to be able to navigate that angle from this distance. And he missed it. No good. After that miss, still a 7-point game, guys.
Well, that's one the kicker would like to have back. That's a kick he should be making in his sleep.
Snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Power football with the run. Past the first down marker and still running. And he's brought down after a nice gain. This Tiger running game starting to show some juice, sort of a C.J. Spiller type of feel.
Yeah, and it doesn't always hit you early. It doesn't always hit you on the first possession, but I do think they've done a good job over the years, Clemson, with sticking with the run game, creating that balance, trying to get those first downs, and trying to create some tempo against your defense.
The Tigers, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. Right back to the well. Turns it on in midfield. Oh, he's got some space. They finally get him on the ground, but that's the kind of play that will carry momentum into the second quarter. We've reached the break. Clemson has the lead. One period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. They've swapped into the field, and we're ready to go in the second. Changing into the field. The short hand, it's Silver. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver. And you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
And now on second down for this offense. From the gun, they'll try the middle. They make the stop, give him 3 yards on the carry. Ball's at the 24. Clemson jumps to the line. Back to throw, it's Samuel. Finds his big tight end. The chains will move, and they'll have 1st and 10 from inside the red zone at the 18.
Well, in that down and distance, the quarterback's got to get rid of it so quickly, right? He knows the defense is going to be bearing down on him, so a nice job catching the gun snap and then turning and pivoting, getting it out of his hands quickly and accurately to pick up the first.
Here comes Clemson with another first down. Quarterback keeps it. Got some room in under the goal line. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Clemson.
And this offense is firing on all cylinders right now. Starting the year, game 1, and creating a little bit of a pad and separation at the end of this first half. But you can see why so many people are really excited about this offense this season.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great top 25 matchup. Miami is in front. They've led for most of the way. However, Sebastian isn't exactly putting this one in the win column just yet. They're up by 7 over Tennessee. We promise to keep you posted on what goes down in this exciting college football matchup.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. come the Irish, back on offense. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it, throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Running back searching for a hole. And he'll move his way forward to the first down. They'll mark it at the 35.
Love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
They'll snap it on first down from the 35. Back in motion, trying to clear the picture. Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Toss. Midfield, he's got room. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down. That offensive line is putting those golden domes on the defense and starting to move the ball on the ground.
And we can go back so many years, and the coaches may change, but the brand of Notre Dame is what it is. They're going to be physical. They're going to run the football. That's who they are, and that's how they're built.
And throws off the RPO. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
Well, the play fake on the RPO bought the receiver some time to work himself open on the route. That was a man-to-man coverage on the defense. Nice job by the receiver putting his foot in the ground and separating.
The Irish come to the line facing 2nd and short. It's about a 5-yard pickup, and that'll be enough for a first down.
This is an offense, guys, that really believes in physicality, and that's their identity. So running the ball on 2nd down, no problem for them.
This offense has been sluggish, to say the least, but finally they're on the move on 1st and 10. Gets the back moving. Looking to throw on first down. Might be looking to run. Tight end finds a soft spot. Just not willing to take the hit. He delivers it and gets to the 27. Guys, let's talk for a minute about Notre Dame. You start the season top 25. Clearly expectations are flying your way, but with that might come some roadblocks.
Well, I think you got to take every week and every opponent one at a time. The number beside your name doesn't matter right now. The number matters late in the season. So you want to start the season fast. You want to be gelling on offense and on defense. I think that's the challenge early here.
Absolutely. Figuring out who you are. Obviously some talented pieces, well thought of in the top 25, but a lot of season to go out and prove it. Day one, game one. Make that first impression.
You have to wonder, after missing a field goal on the last drive, how are they going to play this 3rd down? They'll run it from the gun. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop.
Keep the foot on the pedal if you're on offense here. You got that yardage. Yeah, you didn't get the first down, but you've set yourself up now to go for it here and keep this drive alive.
If you don't convert on this 4th down, there will be questions about passing on the field goal try. formation from the back. On fourth down, they'll try to throw it. Trying to pick up the first out of the backfield. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before they'll recycle that down marker. They were easily within field goal range there, but they don't feel like you can win this game 3 points at a time.
Nah, pass. I mean, you got to be aggressive. You got to get touchdowns, man. You've seen the emphasis. Defenses are willing to give up yards now to make you kick field goals. I like it.
Touchdown, Notre Dame! The finisher, the exclamation point on that drive.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
Lining up for the PAT. Up and good as they draw just a touch closer. So a drive there of 85 yards, and they close the deal with a 20-yard pass for 6. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. First snap of the drive from the 25. Wants to throw. It's Samuel. Here's a heat. Quickly to the tight end. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Well, that helped the completion percentage, but the idea was yards after the catch, and it didn't happen.
Great job on defense, too. See ball, get ball. They saw exactly when that ball was spit out. You saw the defense fly to the football.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Throw time running short in the half. Finds a tight end. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. The offense will have to use its first time out of the half. They'll snap it from the 39. First and 10. Looking downfield on first down. Complete. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48.
Well, you know who's got to love this offense picking up so many first downs? It's their own defense. David, I know you love playing on teams with great offenses.
Clemson ready to go back to work with another first down. Wants to go up top on first down. Here's the pressure. And as he throws, missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Looking to pass. It's Samuel. Under fire. Using his feet to buy time. He got past the sticks and slides to a stop, but there is a flag on the play. A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. The sure hands. It's Silver. At the 40. There he goes. He's pushed out of bounds inside the 40 at the 38, and these guys are on the move.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
This offense just has to do a better job protecting their quarterback, giving a split second more time to complete that throw, but they couldn't do it there.
We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just enough time for one final play of the half. Using his feet. Looks as if Clemson will have the first down. The offense burns its third and final timeout of the half. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Dropping back, it's Samuel. Can't find a receiver, and down goes the quarterback. A sack to punctuate this first half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. Kick it off to start the second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Has their paws on it, they'll send out the offense. They want to run this quarterback. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front. Second and long. Wants to go up top. And he will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
And I think this team knew going into halftime trailing, their defense was going to have to step up here in the second half. And on the very first play of the third quarter, they get a sack. That is good news for this defense.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Got it in the middle, it's Fields. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. Keep the ball away from the other offense, but going for it inside your own 40? On fourth down, looking for the completion. And the incomplete pass, they roll the dice. Snake eyes.
I know the analytics tell me to be aggressive and go for it, but in the second half, in these ball games, the analytics don't work for every single situation. And right now, you've set them up. I just hope this one doesn't come back to bite you right in the hiney.
Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. The last time they had it, a thing of beauty. Did whatever they want, run, pass, and wound up in the end zone. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case, and there, they try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. With the back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
Quarterback making adjustments. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. A shot toward the end zone. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity.
This is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started, in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
Will have to use its first time out of the half. It's 4th down and 14, but they're going to go for it. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Blasted as he lets it go. Incomplete, and that'll be a turnover on downs.
That is a great job by this defense, coming up big on 4th down when it matters the most. You could tell they were dialed in. They knew they were going to throw the football. The defense was locked in on the quarterback. Great job defending the pass, forcing the incompletion on 4th down.
Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time. It put them in a tough spot, Nick.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive. And last possession they went for it. They rolled the dice, Palmer, and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, if you're better on 3rd down moving forward, though, you can keep yourself out of those situations.
Down at 2nd and 7. They'll run it to the right. Creates a little room. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. At the 20. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Tiger. There's a reason they call this dude a big playmaker. Moments just like that one.
Big time playmaker. Can make plays all over the field from all different spots. That's why you got to find ways to give him touches as much as possible, because he'll make it happen.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, one of the biggest games of the week is playing out right now. Let's check in on this top 25 battle. Ole Miss looks like an old punching bag out there today, and any way you slice it, this fan base, heck, this coaching staff just didn't expect that. They're trailing by 32 to Oklahoma. We'll circle back if anything changes in this exciting college football matchup.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Here come the Irish back on offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Motion from the wideout. Out of the chute. Quick toss to the right. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
Yeah, listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him. Put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Making side adjustments here. Going to swing it on 2nd down. He's got him. Finds a crease at the 20. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. They'll move the wide receiver. Wants to throw on first down. It's complete to the left. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. To the line with less than a yard to go. They'll send the back in motion. The give to the back. And he gets it out past the sticks, and Notre Dame will have a first down.
It's not a flashy play call, but that is exactly what it was designed to do. Get 2 yards, get the first down.
Notre Dame ready to go back to work with another first down. Sends it back in motion. Finds a little space. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49. Notre Dame trying to keep this drive moving on 2nd and short. Someone moved a little early and the offense will go backward. The officials offer the deal and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Offense gets set for 2nd down. Back to pass. Buying some time. Takes a hit as he fires. It's complete. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Big play for the Irish there, reminiscent of a Tim Brown or Rocket Ismail.
Yeah, and I'm glad you used a reference in the last 30 years, Reese. You know, just trying to find playmakers at Notre Dame, and Michael Mayer, obviously, in the recent years, was a guy that you could really, really depend on. Trying to find those Golden Tates, those elite players out wide is something they've been missing over the last several years.
Down to the 26-yard line before they ride him out of bounds, and this defense is on its heels.
Well, there's an example of the quarterback just creating on the fly, because I think that was supposed to go to the running back on a screen, and he just saw an open guy downfield and said, I don't know, I'm just going to throw it down to this dude. He's wide open. I know it's not how we drew it up, but we'll take it.
We'll see if they have enough time to get another snap before the clock hits 0. Leaves it with the back. And he was able to pick his way for just a few yards, and that'll wrap up the 3rd quarter. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Clemson has the lead. They built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we got here. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. period starts with a second down play. Out of the gun, they give to the back. They'll put the brakes on him at the 21, give him a yard.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Notre Dame comes to the line trying to convert on 3rd and short. Looking to get the edge with this one on the toss. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. On 4th down, going to the air. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game.
Listen, with the aggressiveness of offenses and taking chances, a lot of times it's going to put your defense in a hole. And this defense is going to have to come through in the clutch right here because you're trailing. They can't get more scores. They got to get a stop on this possession, and the offense is going to have to do better than they just did.
Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They'll try the run. That'll be a gain of 5 out to the 27.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
And the Tigers can really attack on this 2nd and short. They'll give it to the back. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down.
You got to have short area quickness. That running back there doing what it takes to make sure he got that 1st down.
With a 1st down, they'll snap it from the 32. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. Right there to stop him, and that'll be a loss of 3.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Tigers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. They'll run it. They want to take their time here. Turning it on. Good, solid tackle.
Well, the defense may have been caught off guard a little bit on that play. It was 2nd and long. They weren't expecting the run. So now we've got 3rd and manageable, and they've got to be wondering to themselves, is this offense going to try to run the ball again?
The volley cheers going on high, and here comes the Thunder being shaken down on 3rd down. Field advantage can have. There it is. The offense will walk it back. himself. And there they go again. Another huge gain on the ground.
That's the danger as a defense when you're playing against this guy, because you know you're going to see the option. And if you don't have a player dedicated to pursuing and stopping him, he is going to burn you like he did right there. He has elite speed. You saw it on that option play.
Clemson set up with another first down. Softened him up with a run, and now to throw. He's got it. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Clemson.
And I just love what I'm seeing from this team. Like, going on the road, game one, where you're still figuring out who you are and what you do well. Another scoring drive by this offense. Looks like they're going to get the dub in a hostile environment to start the season.
And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the fourth. Kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's Green. Rolling the dice and bringing it out of the end zone did not pay off. He's out of bounds at the 19. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the fourth down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
And those are frustrating because you think you might get...
And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
The defense just simply not fooled by the play action. Oftentimes, as an offense, you're hoping the run fake's going to slow down those pass rushers, but man, oh man, they had their ears pinned back.
Notre Dame has made this second down play much more difficult after going backwards. Looking to fire. Finds his tight end. There he goes. And they swarm him under.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
Trying to keep this drive moving on 3rd and short. They'll try to get the first through the air. The quick out. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. Down by multiple possessions. They can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. Job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. Oh, not able to hold his water, and the offense will have it stepped off against them. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. First down for this offense. Gets the back moving. The snap sets up the throw. Flips it out on the screen. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning.
Well, the defense sniffed that screen out perfectly. All the D linemen, they were reading the body language of the offensive line. They knew something was up, and when the screen pass got thrown, they were right there to make the tackle.
Notre Dame has made this second down play much more difficult after going backwards. He's an open space downfield. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Notre Dame lines up quickly. Wants to adjust the pattern. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. On target to the left. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short.
It's all about coachable moments, and obviously they have not had a ton of success throwing the ball in this game. But as a coach, I think you're just looking for positives, like that play right there, even late in the game. Taking your steps, making the right read, an accurate throw, positive plays that you can build upon offensively for the next game.
He'll pull it down and run. On his feet at the 40. Got all he needed for the first down, and then he gets down on the slide. I know both of these teams were ranked, guys, but it